Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Iman Alamgir and I have chosen Calvin Klein for my final presentation of the first section of our course. Calvin Richard Klein was born on November 19, 1942 in the Bronx, New York, the middle child of two siblings. His father, originally from Hungary, owned a family grocery store in Harlem, while his mother was a homemaker who took great delight in visiting her divorced mother's tailoring shop, helping to give shape to Klein's love of clothes and design. A driven youth, he started working on fashion sketches before his adolescence and eventually attended the High School of Industrial Arts and the Art Students League. He went on to graduate from the Fashion Institute of Technology in 1963. What was in the news in early 1970s? Early 70s fashion included bell-bottom pants, frayed jeans, miniskirts, maxi dresses, tie-dye, pigeon blouses, and ponchos. Some accessories helped to pull together people in early 70s, hippie outfits and chokers, headbands, scarves, and jewelry made of wood, stones, feathers, and beads. Fashion in the 70s was about individuality. In the early 70s, Vogue proclaimed there are no rules in the fashion game now. Due to overproduction, flooding of the market with cheap synthetic clothing, common items included mini skirts, bell bottoms, popularized by hippies, vintage clothing from the 50s and earlier. New technologies brought advances in production through mass production, higher efficiency, generating higher standards and uniformity. Generally, the most famous silhouette of the mid and late 70s for both gender was tight on the top and loose on the bottom. Klein worked in various industry jobs before starting his own label. In 1968, he and his childhood friend Barry became business partners when Barry took over his own family grocery business and gave Klein $10,000 to start the label. Renting a small showroom, Klein was eventually able to secure a deal with the department store Bonwit Teller after a chance encounter with one of its buyers. With the exposure provided by the teller and consumer demand, Klein was able to secure millions in sales by early 70s. Having initially focused on women's coats and coordinates, Klein eventually branched out into additionally ladies' apparel that could be mixed and matched, cultivating a minimalist, streamlined look that relied on sublime tailoring and fabric choices. Later in the decade, he branched into menswear and jeans, eventually becoming a major player in the denim market, dominated then by the likes of Gloria Vanderbilt, Jordache, and Sasha. He hired fashion luminaries to help shape his vision, with some crediting former Vogue editor Francis Stein as being the force behind articulating and sensuality that Klein would become known for. By the 80s, Klein's brand was also known for underwear and luxurious perfumes and clothes with corresponding ad campaigns. In the following decade, the label branched out further into the era. Steps that changed the fashion world. In 1968, it started with coats and dresses. In 1969, in September, Calvin Klein appeared on the cover of Vogue magazine. In 1971, women's collection added sportswear, classic blazers, and lingerie. In 1973, received their first Scotty American Fashion Critics Award. In 1977, they added sunglass belts, shoes, and scarves, tableware, and home linen. In 1978, skincare and makeup range was introduced along with exclusive fragrances. Calvin Klein's product categories are men apparels, women apparels, underwears, and accessories. In the men's apparel section, there are jeans, t-shirts, sweatshirts, jumpers, business shirts, jackets and coats, trousers and shorts, polo shirts, blazers and suits, swimwears also. In the women apparel section, there are jeans, sweatshirts, t-shirts, shirts, jumpers, cardigans, jackets and coats, trousers and shorts, dresses and skirts, swimwears, and jumpsuits. In the underwear section, they own bras, sporty underwear, panties, lingerie, nightwear, loungewear, slips, socks, and tights. In their accessories section, there are bags, shoes, belts, wallets, hats and scarves, ties, watches, jewelry, sunglasses, small accessories, fragrances. Their value proposition comes with personality, self-image, culture, and reflection. In the personality section, there comes youthful, energetic, confident, sexually spontaneous. Self-image. Their products are attractive, powerful, stylish, passionate, and empowering. Culture, modern style and American. Reflection, stylish and modern. Justification of their positioning in the market. Agreements with partners who design, produce, and sell CK branded products, and they pay a royalty sales back to CK. Not directly owned stores, contractual power, distribution to the licenses to rate stores. Acquired by PVH Corporation in 2003, which owns other licensed fashion brands Tommy Hilfiger, Van Heusen, Isodaro, and Base. They have the biggest license, One Arco, global jeans and underwear license. The four pillars of Calvin Klein are shown here. Their current movement includes promotion strategy, social media campaign, and My Calvin's. Promotion strategy employed several top models. They hired Justin Bieber, Kate Moss, Kendall Jenner, Jamie Dornan, Scarlett Johansson, Diana Kruger, and Eva Mendes to be their brand ambassadors. Social media campaigning, My Calvin's. Social influencer casually posing for intimate selfies in their homes, modeling their Calvin Klein underwear in innovative ways. Managed to capture the hearts of millennials everywhere who sought to recreate their own My Calvin's moment. Almost 500k posts bearing hashtag on Instagram. Timeline of Calvin Klein. In 1970, their first fashion show was released. In 73 to 75, they received Cody Award 3 times in 3 years. In 1982, they introduced the underwear collection with Tom Hintonus. In 1977, they launched menswear with Morris Biderman. In 1967, they officially set up their brand. In 1991, company went in huge debt, saved by David Geffen. In 1988, they launched the most successful fragrance yet. End of the 90s, the empire spread all over USA, Europe, Asia, and Middle East.